Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
We celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps. It is with grateful hearts for the service of so many, for the tenacity, courage, strength, and skill of our fighting Marines, who traveled in uncharted waters to hostile shores, in streaming jungles and desert places and mud-filled rice paddies, on icy mountains and in destroyed cities most of us would avoid, and yes, to Beirut, Lebanon. In Beirut, Lebanon, 42 years ago, we lost 220 Marines, 18 sailors, 3 soldiers, 58 French paratroopers, and 6 innocent lesbian citizens to the murdering cowards known as Hezbollah. So it is with a heavy heart that we remember this day. We do celebrate their lives because our Marines fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. What an enormous sacrifice to the altar of freedom. We commemorate the lives of Moses, John, Thomas, Gilbert, John, Rafael, RV-Manuel, Lewis, and Alan, and all who were murdered that horrible day. Their courage and sacrifice and strength has become the legacy and inspiration of a new generation. They left us the legacy of the brave.
I was part of the 2nd Battalion, 8th Marines of the 32nd MAU that first went ashore in Beirut on the 25th of August, 1982. And it's interesting as we look back here just in the last couple months watching the efforts to separate the Israelis and the Palestinians. Our mission back in 1982 was to intervene and break up the ongoing combat between the Israeli Defense Forces and the Palestinians in Beirut in 1982. We evacuated the PLO, we left, and then following the bombings, the attacks that killed Bashir Gemayel, the president-elect of Lebanon, and the massacres in the Shabra Shatil camps, we returned on the 29th of September. And how we got to where we got, to the battalion headquarters, the BLT headquarters that were located at the airport. When we came back, it was seen that keeping the airport, the Beirut International Airport, keeping it open was key to it as a demonstration of the vitality of the government of Lebanon. So we deployed to the airport. The rifle companies were linearly deployed around the airport. I had Fox Company, 2nd Battalion, 8th Marines, we were down at the very southern location. But the battalion headquarters, the H&S Company, were up by the airport administration area, the areas that most people, when they came to fly in and out of Beirut, came through there. There was an empty building, and it was an obvious choice for where the Marines, the headquarters, would be located. It was safe from small arms, automatic fire. It was safe from the now and then RPGs that came screaming in. But it was never intended to withstand a 12,000-pound fuel air explosive that was detonated on the 23rd of October, 1983. But it was a place that we could work. It was a place that we could do our operations initially when we were seen as peacekeepers. That all changed, as we know. It was on a day like this today, 42 years ago, that 241 Marines, sailors, and soldiers were brutally murdered in Beirut. We are here today to remember all the American victims of that despicable act. But more specifically, we're here to remember the 9 young Marines who hailed from Philadelphia and called this area home, that we are here today. Every one of you is here by choice today. You haven't been told to be here. You are here by choice. Our obligation as the survivors are to remember their names forever. Remember their names, but more importantly, to remember their lives. And I thank every one of you who are here today to do that. You all could have been anywhere today, but you chose to be here and recall those names. I'd like to thank a couple groups here, our Gold Star mothers who are here and family members who make this pilgrimage every year to be here. I thank all of our Marine Corps League members and the All Divisions Detachment of 281 who are here. As I look out, the brothers of the Leatherneck Nation are here faithfully today as they are at every gathering of a Marine Corps ceremony anywhere around this country. They constantly remind us of that obligation to remember who we are as Marines and Americans. And to my brothers of that nation, thank you so much for being here today. To all our Marines who have served and our veterans all who are here today, thank you. And again, the friends and guests who may just be here out of idle curiosity, thank you for being here.
Sergeant John J. Bonk, 23 years old. He joined the United States Marine Corps after graduating Ben Salem High School in Ben Salem, Pennsylvania. He was an anti-tank missile man. Corporal Thomas A. Hairston, 19 years old. Graduate of Benjamin Franklin High School in Philadelphia. He was a culinary specialist but wanted to pursue a career in computer technology. Sergeant Gilbert Hanton, 22 years old, from Philadelphia. He served as a unit diary clerk. Corporal John J. Muffler, 20 years old, from Langhorne, PA, graduate of the Chamonix High School. He served as a field radio operator. Corporal Louis J. Rotondo, 20 years old, from Philadelphia, PA, graduate of John Newman High School, St. John Newman High School. He served as an infantry rifleman. Sergeant Alan D. Wesley, 26 years old, from Philadelphia, served as a logistics specialist.
Yeah, I'm Joan Muffler. I'm the mom of John Muffler, and my son joined the Marine Corps when he was out of high school, and he went to Okinawa, and then he came home, and I thought he was going to be home for a while, and he said, "No, I'm going with my brothers to Beirut, Lebanon," which I had never heard of before. But then this incident happens in Beirut. But in my mind, I just always remember my son as a proud Marine. He just wanted to be a Marine, and that's what holds in my head every day. And this memorial if it wasn't for the 9 families in Beirut from Philadelphia, it would not be here today. We knew that something had to be done, and the city was not going to do it. And we did our fundraising, and the Beirut Memorial stands here today after 42 years. And I'm just so happy that people still remember our Marines. Thank you.
Hey, happy birthday, Marines. Okay, happy birthday, Marines.